So the first thing I'm going to do is start by applying Becca's matte primer to any oily areas, which is my T-zone. Then I'm going to take Tarte's Clean Slate Poreless Primer and apply this to fill in my pores. To color correct, I'm going to go in with LA Girls Pro Concealer in orange, and I'm going to buff that in with a buffing brush from IT Cosmetics. For foundation, I'm going to be using Iman Cosmetics Cream to Powder Foundation, and this is in the shade Clay 3. I absolutely love this foundation, and it matches perfectly with my skin, and it also gives me full coverage. And to apply it, I'll be using a buffing brush from Real Techniques, and then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. And as always, to conceal, I'm going to go in with my MAC Prolongwear concealer, and this is in the shade NC42. To set my concealer, I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to apply that to all of the areas that I highlighted with a damp beauty blender. Next, I'm going to set the rest of my face, and I'm going to go in with my Mineralize powder from MAC, and this is in the shade Dark. And I'm using just this fluffy brush. I actually got this from, I believe, TJ Maxx. Now we're going to move on to eyes. So we're going to start by priming our lids. And as always, I'm going to go in with my MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base and apply this to the lids. For my eyes today, I'm going to be using the Master Palette by Mario. So I'm going to start by using the shade Lula for my transition. And I'm just applying this with a MAC 224 blending brush. Now to warm up the look a little bit, I'm going to go in with the shade Isabel with that same blending brush. And to make this look a little smoky, I'm going to take a taper blending brush in the shade Violetta, and I'm going to apply this to the outer corners of my eyes, and I'm also going to blend it into my crease. And to really get that nice, smooth, smoky effect, you just want to take your time building up this color. And for a base, I'm going to apply MAC's Paint Pot and Painterly, and I'm just using this flat brush. I actually got this from one of my Wet n Wild palettes, but it's really good for applying cream products like this. So just to add a little bit of shimmer to the outer corners, I'm going to take the shade NYC and I'm going to apply that with a MAC blending brush. For my lid color, I'll be using the shade Paris, and I'm going to apply that with a MAC 252 brush, and I'm just really going to try and pack that color on. to take the shade Marina, and I'm going to apply this to the center of the lid just to add a little bit of highlight. And then you just want to blend that out just to make sure there aren't any harsh lines. I'm also going to use this shade to highlight right under my brows, and I'm just using a MAC 239 shader brush and blending it out with a MAC 217. And just to add a little bit of color to this look, I'm going to take the shade Muse, which is kind of like a shimmery maroon color, and I'm going to blend this out towards the outer edges of the look. For my lower lash line, I'm going to apply the shade NYC, and I'm just using the brush that actually came with the kit. And then for the inner corners, I'm taking that shade Marina and a pencil brush. Now I'm just wiping off the excess powder, and to contour I'll be using my Mineralize powder, but this is in the shade Dark Deepest, and this is just a contour brush from MAC. And to make my contour pop a little bit more, I'm going in with a blush brush from Real Techniques and applying some more of the powder. And I'm also taking some Carablend powder from MAC in the shade Medium Plus, and I'm applying that right underneath that contour and blending it out. To contour my nose, I'm going in with that same Mineralized powder, and I'm using a MAC 217 blending brush. For blush, I'll be using the shade Pursue Your Passion from MAC, and this was from one of the limited edition sets, but I'm sure you can find something that matches. As always, for liner, I'm using my Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Perversion. For mascara, I'm going to go in with my Diorshow Blackout Mascara. And I'm actually going to apply my liner and lashes off camera, and I'm going to apply some Mink 3D lashes from Grace Beauty in the shade Desire. And to highlight, I'll be using the shade Snow Gold from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. For the best part of this look, I'm going to be using NYX's Intense Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Spice Cake. And I actually forgot how much I love these. They just glide onto the lips so perfectly, but they're still really pigmented, so you don't need to apply anything else. So with a lot of glosses, I know you have to apply a base first, but with these, you don't need anything else. And just to intensify this lip a little bit more, I'm going to apply Pat McGrath's Clear Vinyl Lip Gloss on top, but I wouldn't suggest wearing this out just because it did cause the color to drip a little bit. So if you're going to go out, just put on the Intense Butter Gloss by itself.